G'day folks, Luke Fitzpatrick here. Thank you so much for watching. First of all, apologies I haven't had a video up lately. I've just had a lot going on and I haven't been able to get out on the water and actually put something together for you. I will try and do it for next week. Okay, so sorry about that. I just want to give you a quick fishing and conditions report from my outing today, just in case you're planning on going out over the weekend. You can see the conditions around me right now. If you're aware of the weather forecast, it's about 2 p.m. and I'm out in Platypus Bay, all right? I'm about halfway up the island. So you can see, you can match conditions to what the wind is currently doing. We've had a gentle sort of 5 to 10 knot breeze from the southwest. It's gradually moved around to the west and I can feel it, it's about to start winding up from the northwest. So that's why I'm heading back in right now. That's one thing to really watch this weekend, especially if you're new to boating and you've got a smaller vessel. When we get a wind direction that has a W in it, so a southwest, west, northwest, and big tides, and you have the tide, like the current coming out of the strait, so an outgoing tide, you get wind against tide, it gets really hairy for smaller boats, all right? So just really watch that if you're planning on going on the water this weekend. It's doable, you just got to really pick when you're going to run, all right? It won't worry the bigger boats that much, but definitely watch it with the little boats. Myself, I'll be staying inside the Great Sandy Strait, probably down around Kingfisher, somewhere like that for a family outing, just so I don't have to come and deal with the conditions out here. Talking about the conditions out here, I've just been jigging in about 20 metres of water today using this here. This is another jig para. Okay, it's a 60 gram jig para. It's got a silver with a black back on it, a little bit of red on the side. Go to the Frogley's offshore website or just go into your local tackle store and say, hey, I want to try out one of these jig paras that Luke keeps talking about. Can you get one in for me? They'll probably have them in because they're pretty common sort of lure. And give it a crack. And if you catch a fish on it, send me a photo because I'd love to see it. Righto. Water's about 20 degrees, 20.2 according to my Humminbird. Clarity wise, compared to last week, it's a bit milky. There's definitely a lot of sediment moving around. Still clear for the first couple of meters, but then you can tell it's getting quite gunky down below. And that's to do with the big tides, I'd say. And I've also noticed I've been jigging up a bit of weed and stuff as well. And I noticed it last week in the Great Sandy Strait. There was a lot of weed around. So the water is getting a bit mucked up and a bit murky. I'll whack a couple of photos up for today. Jigging, went to a couple of well-known spots. No secrets there. And queenfish and trevally are what I caught on the jig today. I did get a couple of juvenile nanagai. Very juvenile. But it's good to see that they're starting to move around a little bit. I also got yakkers, which I was surprised about, but they seem to be moving in a little bit as well. So a few yakker schools getting around. That's about it, folks. Like I said, just watch that westerly. Okay, if there's a W in the wind this weekend, which I know there is, just be really careful. Maybe stay inside if you're sort of sub 5 on the boat size. Maybe stay in a bit closer. Bigger boats will probably push you out a bit wider, but they'll have to be careful as well. It just gets, it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, and it can just be damn right uncomfortable, all right, because that swell just pushes straight into the island, and then you get the wind against it and everything, it just gets yucky. So anyway, up to you, you make the call, you're the skipper of your own boat. So that's about it, I think. And log on with VMR, all right? More and more people are starting to do it, which is great. Just log on channel 73, log on with VMR Hervey Bay, give them your details, let them know where you're going, and if you're overdue, they can start trying to help you out, all that sort of stuff. Because we've seen some tragedies lately, 2 guys tragically killed down in Moreton Bay, all that sort of stuff. Please just log on with them. Doesn't sound like it'll do much, but at least people know you're out there, and if something goes wrong, they know where to roughly start looking, and they've got the resources to do it. And trust me, when it all goes to clag, you want them coming to help you, okay? So just log on with them, just do it, all right? Put a mask on and log on with VMR, simple. You don't have to put a mask on, by the way, if you're in Queensland. We won't talk about that. We'll cut that out of the video because it's probably going to start controversy. I'll catch you later because I've gone into territory I shouldn't have. See ya.